Let's talk Tobago, or people, or places, or challenges and achievements, or needs and aspirations. Join us as we continue our journey into the future.
Hello and thank you for joining us on Let's Talk Tobago. This week we're coming to you from one of Tobago's top historical attractions, Fort King George, Upper Scarborough. In our stories this week, homeowners in Tobago get an early Christmas gift, not from Santa, but from the Settlements Division. Tobago helps orphans in Haiti. Newly appointed tourism minister is the first to visit the THA since recent cabinet reshuffle. And later on in the program, we bring you some highlights from activities of the Tobago Heritage Festival. Stay tuned for our special segment where you get to have your say with Lois Vincent. You can now send us your comments to information@tha.gov.tt or visit us at www.tha.gov.tt. Please see the bottom of your screen for more contact details. Stay with us. We'll have these and more stories after the break.
Calling all explorers, inventors, and those interested in robotics. The Division of Education, Youth Affairs and Sports presents its Tobago Creativity and Innovation Camps. July 30th to August 3rd, 2012. Come challenge yourself to think critically, generate ideas, design, build, and much more. Learn teamwork and develop socializing skills. Topics include science and engineering, concepts of power, sound and music, building loudspeakers, rocket testing, building robotic system. It's the Tobago Creativity and Innovation Camps.
It began in Mason Hall and ended in Mariah. The THA Reporting to Districts program ended after 8 weeks. At their 12th and final meeting, the secretaries addressed the issues of infrastructure, Tobago's housing stock, and employment for the youth. Sophie Guillaume has details.
I went to USC, the University of the Southern Caribbean, and I finished school in May 2010. When I left there, I came back here hoping that I would get a job, or gainful employment, I should say. Since that time, I have done a few odds and ends with education. Not like you all owe me anything, but what the responses that I've been given is really daunting.
A piece of advice to those who intend to study: find out or seek to find out what are the vacancies or what are the areas of interest. And not just study things that you may like, because it may not fall in Tobago's garden, even though you may have a passion for it.
Road infrastructure and the fishing boundaries were also raised by the residents.
Fair Hill Trace.
Yes.
And we have been having dialogue with THA for many years, because presently the road is being eroded, and very soon we would not be able to access our homes.
You cannot get piles to pile that road because it's very steep. It's more than about 60, 70 feet. If you're going to pile it again and you go down there, you see the bank is very close to the right house down there to get to come up. Equipment-wise, to go down the work, it's a pressure. Only if we had pilots to drive from the top going down, but we still looking at Fair Hill. I don't know how we're going to solve that problem. I'm very honest with you. It's a very hard problem to solve.
When I look at the issue that you talk about, the boundaries of Tobago, if there is international law in respect to the boundaries, shouldn't the agitation be that, or can't you take it, to some international court of the sea or something, to deal with the arbitration so that could be done in a nice way?
Our first strategy is very peaceful, non-confrontational, non-legalistic, which is just simply to indicate that we have a concern. Any other option is open to us as we speak.
Tackling the issue of housing, the Chief Secretary noted that despite the challenges, his administration is working on improving the island's stock.
your representative gets up in the House and talk about we ain't building house for Tobagonians. But what he ain't telling you is that his People's Partnership government gave us the princely sum of $13 million last year to build a house in Tobago. If one house costs on the average $500,000, how much $13 million could build? It's 26 houses. And gets up and have the front to tell us we are building a house in Tobago.
Sophie Guillaume, Department of Information.
Tobago's top SCA student for 2012 has qualified for his first choice, a top secondary school in Trinidad. The star student, Avron Ramroop, was visited by Chief Secretary Orville London at his St. Andrew's Anglican Primary School. Here's Omodara Mills with more in this report.
Mathematics, I got 97. In language arts, I got 92, and I got 18 in creative writing.
Tobago's best performing C student, Avron Ramroop, will be following in the footsteps of not only his cousins, but former Prime Ministers Patrick Manning and Badzio Pandey when he attends his first choice, Presentation College, San Fernando. Attentive, well-disciplined and fond of reading were the words used by teachers and proud mother Sundari Dionath to describe young scholar Avron Ramroop.
He's a very, very well-disciplined and quiet child. If you tell him he have work to do, he will just go and pick up his book. He will study. He'll say, okay, I'll go study for 2 hours. He'll study for 2 hours. I say, well, okay. You could take a break. He will go out. But if you don't have any children at home, he's the only one, so he will go outside. He will play by himself, roll his skateboard. But he always checking his time. If you tell him half an hour, he's making sure, checking that watch. Well, he's taking an extra minute out.
With a score of 243.6, Avron Ramroop gave an insight into how he got his high C scores.
Well, as soon as I get to do my homework, then I'll just play a bit outside and I'll have dinner and then study for the rest of the night.
In congratulating Avron Ramroop, Chief Secretary Orville London reminded the students that they have the ability to succeed no matter which school they are placed in.
It does not matter the school to which you have been assigned. Leave here with the confidence that you will succeed wheresoever you have been assigned if you intend to succeed.
Principal of St. Andrew's Anglican Primary School, Ermine Anderson, said that she feels elated that the highest achieving C student for 2012 came from her school.
I'm feeling very, very happy. Very happy that the work of the teachers were successful, they worked hard, and Avron is an excellent pupil.
Past student of St. Andrew's Anglican Primary School and future student of Presentation College, San Fernando, here's Ramroop's advice to future C students.
Just keep on studying their work and work hard to achieve success.
I am Omodara Mills for the Department of Information.
It was like Christmas in July as the Division of Settlements and Labour took their home improvement project to another level by delivering checks to the lucky qualifiers at their homes, doing away with the traditional handover ceremony at their Smithfield office. Sophie Guillaume has more from the event, which saw the district of Lambeau's Signal Hill being the first stop of this new initiative.
We at the Division of Settlements, we decide to do things a little bit different, right? Meeting the people, going out and meet the people where they are. And people like you deserve to be met.
I was shocked. Because Friday when I got the call, as I tell the young lady, I'm just waiting on a transport to come to collect it. And she said, don't come, we come in.
Accompanied by Area Representative Oswald Williams, Secretary Godwin Adams and his team went door-to-door delivering checks to 9 home improvement recipients.
I present you this check, which represents a tranche for the home improvement grant, so that you will do the necessary improvement to your house that is required, and therefore create more comfort for the family.
I feel proud that, you all could come and give a little hand. A little hand for just a little comfort. Right. And I want to thank you again.
I love to deal with this man. He's very, all I might know, he's very, very faithful to the people. Yes, he helps me. Not only me, he helps us a lot, especially people like me. Sometimes we have nothing to cook. So I bought him a gate.
In the past, the recipients were given their checks at a handover ceremony at the division's Smithfield office.
This exercise this morning is all about meeting the people who have required assistance to their home at the place where they really want the assistance.
What can I say? Thank you very much from Mr. Williams and everybody, part of the government. I just want to say thank you very much.
I'm very thankful for it because I really need it to be done because the house might collapse anytime. And all is because of the water from the road. Okay? So I'm very thankful for it.
The Home Improvement Program affords Tobagonians financial assistance to help with renovations and upgrades to their homes.
I'm feeling very happy because, I have no husband. I'm a lone ranger. So thank you very much.
I want to say thank you on behalf of the house and on behalf of House and Settlement, and thank you for coming here this morning too, and thanks to all the staff.
I don't joke with things coming to your home and your life and thing, and you know what I mean? You gotta be very serious with these things,
Okay.
If repair to be done and we get it a grant, I will do the repairs with mine. Not even a carib coming out from this.
Sophie Guillaume, Department of Information.
Manners, morals and mathematics. Boys who are having trouble in school would have an opportunity to help themselves at a camp for the long holidays. The Division of Education, Youth Affairs and Sports is ensuring that these children make good use of their vacation time. Omadara Mills reports.
For Boys Only is one summer program designed to improve the character and grades of male pupils in Standard 3 and 4 who would have scored under 50% in their end-of-year exam. At a recent press conference, Coordinator of School Supervision, Dr. Verlene Bob Lewis, said that the program will include components such as etiquette, moral education, football and drama.
And we are doing a program called For Boys Only. It's not going to be strictly academic. It's going to be fun learning for boys, and they will be taught by males only.
Another specialized summer program is a steel pan camp facilitated by the Division of Education, Youth Affairs and Sport. Pan Schools Coordinator Renison Kwashi revealed that due to the nature of the program, the division received over 20 applicants from the United States.
22 people are coming in, are flying in specifically for the pan camp. And not even flying in, but demands are made. They need certifications so as to take back. They will be taught steel pan history, basic treatment of it, that is, music literacy, the art of playing the pan, and at the same time, we have a built-in component called ethics.
The music camp is one other summer program where students will learn other types of musical instruments. Pan Schools Coordinator Kwashi explained.
We coined it music camp because it involves the training in different musical instruments other than the steel pan. The violin, the guitar, the African drum, folk singing.
The music and steel pan camps will cost approximately $200,000 to operate and will run for 3 weeks. I am Umudara Mills for the Department of Information.
A room full of people listening to a man talk trash. Well, more like trash disposal. Just imagine having zero waste in 10 years. That was the goal specified by waste management expert Eric Lombardi in a recent presentation to stakeholders. A presentation which sought to sensitize persons on recycling methods that can provide a zero waste society in only 10 years. Sophie Guillaume has more.
I don't think you can actually ever have zero. That's why I say zero waste are darn close.
Through the efforts of Program Officer Essie Parks, Tobago became one of the 3 to be chosen from the 64 competing countries to receive U.S. government funding for the Zero Waste Project. Giving an overview of how Ms. Parks came to work with Mr. Lombardi was Public Health Inspector Mrs. Pearlie Nelson.
It all began when Essie was granted fellowship to a U.S.-sponsored program for young professionals of developing countries.
That's when she first met Mr. Eric Lombardi.
Addressing the stakeholders, Mr. Lombardi explained that zero waste meant looking at ways of recycling to minimize the use of incinerators and landfills.
So what we're really talking about is not using the landfill so much. So if we take all the stuff out, or 90%, where's it going to go? That's what we're really talking about.
To achieve zero waste, Mr. Lombardi listed the 6 facilities that needed to be built.
The first one is a traditional recycling facility, and this will be one of the first ones that you'll build here. The next thing you're going to want to do is build a composting facility. The third thing is the construction, demolition, and deconstruction. This is an interesting place for a new business because when you take apart a building, there's usually some good stuff left, some good lumber, and lumber is probably expensive here, I would imagine. So there's some good building materials to get. The fourth facility takes non-traditional recycling, like old shoes, computers, what else? Styrofoam, your computer comes in. Reuse and repair, again, used building materials. There's a good market for used building materials, thrift stores, repair shops. And finally, with that last 10%, what are we going to do? We're not going to go direct to landfill anymore. We're going to go to a transfer station. So it's going to be a special transfer station. And I won't get into the details about how that works, but we'll process the material first before it goes to landfill here.
County Medical Officer of Health, Dr. Pratap Singh, said he is looking forward to working with Mr. Lombardi in reinforcing Tobago's mantra.
The Division of Health and Social Services and Public Health Services Department and the Office of the County Medical Officer of Health will remain committed to work with you. We look actually extremely forward to learn from you and to work with you so that we can keep Tobago, again, clean, green, safe and serene.
Sophie Guillaume, Department of Information.
It's now time for our special segment, Have Your Say with Lois Vincent.
Yours, mine, ours to preserve. The Tobago Heritage Festival will celebrate its 25th anniversary this year. The Silver Centenary will be opened on July 13th with a stage production by mass legend Brian McFarlane. This year, patrons can expect more fun, food, fashion, and folklore. Tobagoans express how they feel about the festival.
I think it's important to celebrate it because, in Tobago, it have tourists, people, who come, they don't know much about Tobago, and they would like to know the culture and what does take place here.
The heritage for me is very, very educational, and I love it. So I think that we should keep it and do our best to manufacture it, that it stays in Tobago as a part of Tobago's culture all the time.
It's good for tourism, and it keeps everybody in contact with our culture.
They say this is part of our culture, the tambourine and so forth. Say in the old days, people used to have the tambourine and all those things going around different villages.
I believe it showcases the culture of the land, Tobago. What a village used to be before. Because the young people growing up now know nothing about that. So the heritage just bring out all of that.
I think it's important because it shows the younger generation what actually happened in generations gone by.
To learn about the background, where you come from, where you're going, and it brings in revenue because a lot of tourists come to find out about our heritage.
We take a break.
Calling all explorers, inventors, and those interested in robotics. The Division of Education, Youth Affairs and Sports presents its Tobago Creativity and Innovation Camps. July 30th to August 3rd, 2012. Come challenge yourself to think critically, generate ideas, design, build, and much more. Learn teamwork and develop socializing skills. Topics include science and engineering, concepts of power, sound and music, building loudspeakers, rocket testing, building robotic system. It's the Tobago Creativity and Innovation Camps.
50 nursery school pupils recently got the opportunity to meet someone who they learned about during the school year, Chief Secretary Orville London. Omodara Mills reports on the ABC Nursery School's visit to the Chief Secretary at his Calder Hall office.
I like school very much. I like to read a lot of books.
Now a tradition, the ABC Nursery School has visited Chief Secretary of London every year for the past 5 years. Principal of the school, Noreen Gray Hamilton, stated that the experience allows the pupils to better understand what they learn in the classroom.
It's nice to bring them to actually meet Mr. Orville London. It just teaches them reality, teaching stuff, but it does be nice to actually see stuff that you learn.
With this group moving on to big school in the coming school year, they made their teachers and the principal proud by showing that they knew how to count and spell.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1 and 1 make 2, 2 and 1 make 3, 3 and 1 make 4, 4 and 1 make 5. My name is Rishon Lara, Rishawn, Rishon, Lara.
I am Omodara Mills for the Department of Information.
Greater coordination of resources among the THA, TDC and Tourism Ministry, the introduction of the government loan guarantee, and more effective marketing strategies for Trinidad and Tobago. These were some of the promises from the newly appointed Minister of Tourism, Stephen Cadiz, who was the first government official to hold discussions with members of the Tobago House of Assembly and other tourism stakeholders in Tobago since the cabinet reshuffle. Omodara Mills reports.
Better coordination of resources among the THA, the Tourism Development Corporation, and the Ministry of Tourism in marketing Tobago as a tourist destination was one of the main points of discussion at a recent courtesy call to Chief Secretary Orville London.
I think the Minister appreciates the need for very close and meaningful collaboration between the Tobago House of Assembly and the central government, and of course between the Division of Tourism and the Ministry in relationship to the development of this industry, and of course placing us in a position where we can treat with the challenges that face the industry at this particular point in time.
At a press conference, Minister Stephen Cadiz revealed that Trinidad and Tobago is one of the lowest spenders in the Caribbean when it comes to promoting ourselves as a tourist destination. With approximately $60 million being spent, this country will need to increase its marketing budget by as much as $300 million in order to attract more tourists.
We spend roughly $10 million on marketing and promoting Trinidad and Tobago as a destination. In the average spend for many, many years. And again, if we want to be serious about tourism, we need a budget, a promotion and marketing budget, and that's only for promotion and marketing, upwards of 300 million TT dollars.
The introduction of the government loan guarantee and the Tourism Development Fund are initiatives which can revive Tobago's tourism industry by improving the quality and the quantity of rooms on the island. Minister Cadiz explained.
The debt restructuring is about supporting existing Tobago business that has found themselves in a bit of a problem as a result of the low arrivals. If we need to get to the 1,500 room stock, we need at least another 6 hotels of the size of the Magdalena to be able to get that up to the quantity and, more important, the quality room stock. So the government loan guarantee deals with that. There's a guarantee in place with certain criteria that have to be met on new hotel investment coming onto the island.
In addition to his meeting with THA officials, Minister Cadiz also met with members of the Tobago Chamber of Industry and Commerce and members of the Tobago Hotel and Tourism Association. Minister Cadiz has promised to meet with Tobago's tourism stakeholders every Tuesday. I am Omodara Mills for the Department of Information.
President Arthur N.R. Robinson CARICOM Secretary General Dr. Edwin Carrington, and the Chief Secretary Orville London. What do these scholars have in common? They all went to Bishop's High School, an 89-year-old academic institution which continues to produce graduates who are civic-minded, great leaders, and persevere in the face of challenges. Omodara Mills has the highlights of the graduation ceremony, which revealed that the 2012 Bishop's High School graduates are already making their mark.
Representing 114 graduates, valedictorians Daniel Clark and Gariel York illustrated how their year group has begun to make their mark in academics, sport, and culture at the local, regional, and international levels.
Daisha Morrison made her mark when she placed first in the nation in the NCSE examinations. The following year, at the tender age of 15, Dujon Granderson and Jamal Winchester placed first and second respectively. In the Caribbean, in CXC's ordinary level music exam.
Siobhan Worrell continues to make his mark in the field events of discus and shot put, in breaking 2 Carifta records and winning 3 Carifta medals. Big Chevy is well known at the national and regional levels.
Several graduates received special awards for the mark they have made through their outstanding character traits. They include Keegan Denoon for demonstrating the qualities of a good leader, Jalyn Stephen for perseverance despite great challenges, and Ovian London for her active interest in the affairs of her school and community, a character trait which she seems to have inherited from her father, Chief Secretary Orville London, who beamed with pride. Principal of Bishop's High School, Claire Braffett Alexander, stated that the staff has labored to transform the lives of graduates by focusing on high academic performance and positive character development.
We have also focused more intentionally on the element of character, which is the critical component for them to truly master the art of life. This domain is also the area in which will impact learning, growth, and maturity in all spheres.
Sacrifice is one of the necessary virtues for achieving success and making your mark. This was impressed upon the graduates by feature speaker Dr. Freddie James as they reflected on their 2012 graduation theme, Ready to Make Our Mark, at the Ravenels Resort.
You will have to endure some discomfort in order to make your mark, but within that is the pleasure of delayed gratification, because at the end of your sacrifice, there's a huge reward.
I am Omodara Mills for the Department of Information.
This is the end of another episode of Let's Talk Tobago, coming to you from Fort King George, Upper Scarborough. As we go, we leave you with scenes from the Youth Heritage Festival and pre-heritage warm-up.
Success of tomorrow always remains your commitment, and nobody do owe you nothing. Life could be always a struggle. Every success story has